everybody. I'm Lynn. Welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're feeling great. Today I thought we'd do some earrings. So I have a couple of pairs to show you. They're very simple, very easy. Probably things that you already have in your stash. If not, I'm sure you have something you can substitute. As y'all can tell, I'm still dealing with these allergies and they are driving me crazy with all the dripping. I've taken some Benadryl, so hopefully that'll kick in here in a minute and we'll get started. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around, so I'll be right back. Okay, guys, kicking it off with pair number one. What you will need is two links. I'm using the little infinity link that I got from Temu, two head pins, four jump rings, two in one size, two in a smaller size, two drops, and two ear wires. Okay? And you can use the products of your choice. Obviously, you don't have to use what I use. So, what you do is take your drop and do a wrapped loop. Okay? We've done millions of wrapped loops. I know y'all know how to do that. Open that up, put the link on, close this back down, and wrap. Now I'm going to have to do it with my fingers because I don't have room to get a pair of pliers in there. That's just because my head pin was kind of short. Okay, nip off the excess. And tuck our wire so we don't get scratched. Okay, now take your biggest jump ring, the bigger of the ones you've chosen, and put it on the other side of your link. Make sure you get it close good. Okay, then take your smaller jump ring and open it. Put on your charm and then your ear wire and close it. You're going to want to make sure you get these good and closed, because if we don't, our earring will slip apart real easily. But there we go. Here's our first pair. Okay, so that was easy. Next pair is just as easy. I have two beads, two head pins, two earring findings, and two jump rings. Okay, and my chain I've cut to exactly the identical link. Okay, I'm back. I'm not sure what happened there. All of a sudden the camera just stopped recording. So anyway, I was explaining to you what you needed for this earring. What I've done is I've taken one of the pieces of chain and put it onto my earring. And then I'm going to take a head pin and one of our beads. I'm using these pretty flat crystals. I have two of them left. So I was like, well, that's the perfect thing for an earring. All right, we're going to do a wrapped loop, but we're going to do it attaching our bead to the chain. So we're doing it just like we've always done a wrapped loop. And then when we get to this point, we're going to open this up just enough to get the chain in there and slide the very last link of your chain onto your head pin. Close it back up and wrap. And I'm going to try my best to use pliers, because I definitely am neater when I have pliers than if I use my fingers, because I've got more control this way. So we're just wrapping very carefully. because I don't want to scratch that bead. Okay, then I'm going to cut off the excess and tuck the tail of the wire. Okay, and we're going to do it all again. I love the earrings like this because they remind me of the 1960s. I'm not sure why, they just do. So what I did was I opened my earring finding. I'm putting on the last link of chain on this piece and closing that back up. Okay. Take my head pin, put the bead on it, and set it up to do a wrapped loop. Okay. For some reason lately, I've been really into the retro styles. So I guess that's why what I say is a 60s look, appeals to me so much. I wouldn't really call 60s as, I grew up more in the 70s. I graduated from high school in 1977. So during the 60s, I was pretty young. So, you get to the late 60s, I'm a bigger kid, but I was born in 59. So during the 60s, I was a youngster. Okay, cut off our excess and tuck our tail. Now, you'll notice we did not use any jump rings on this. We did everything component to component. And I love it when I can do that because there's less chance of something coming apart or breaking, like a jump ring opening up or something like that. When you've been able to wire wrap directly onto a piece, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, and these are going to have some awesome swing, as you can see. So they'll be fun to wear. And for myself personally, I like wearing earrings that are a little bolder because my hair is pretty long. Not long, long, but it's longer. And if I just have on a tiny little stud or something like that, you don't see it. So that's why I like doing these. All right, guys, on to our next pair number 3. So what we're doing here is I had my ear wire, 2 of the little flowers, a couple of little stopper beads, basically little 3mm beads, eye pins, my charms, my little butterflies, and I have a piece of 24 gauge wire. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is this part of the component right here, the flower part. So I took one of these little 3mm beads and put it on an eye pin. And actually, the first thing I'm going to do is open this eye pin and put a butterfly on it. I'm going to put the wing that's at the top on there. Close that back. Okay. And we've got our little round bead, and we're going to put our other flower bead. We're going to wire wrap this onto our earring finding. So kink it, move your pliers, come up and over, move your pliers, take it to the back. Okay, open it up just enough to get your ear wire on. Close it down and wrap. Okay, that's not going anywhere. Snip off our excess and tuck the tail. Okay. Now the next thing we want on there is our little white butterfly. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our next eye pin, open the pin, put it on your butterfly here and close your pin, or whatever charm you're using. I realize you may not have these, and that's fine. They'll still be cute. Make sure that's closed good. Okay, put your butterfly on. Okay, and now we're going to do a simple loop to attach our next butterfly. So bend it straight down, cut off excess wire, leaving yourself enough of a loop to get it on there. Take your round nose pliers and roll. And don't forget to put your butterfly on before you close that down. Okay. All right. And now, well, we're going to do it again because I messed it up. Okay. Which that's okay. I do that all the time, y'all. I get too far ahead of myself. So like I said, I have a piece of 24 gauge wire here, and we're going to make a little rosette head pin. So I'm going to take my round nose pliers, put them flush, and roll. And we're going to do at least 3 loops, possibly 4. Okay, and then take your wire and bend it straight up 90 degrees, like so, so that you have this. Okay, somebody asked me why I rub the wire so much. I do that for 2 reasons. One, to straighten it, come down and back through your loop here, grab your pliers and pull. The other is it warms the wire and just makes it just a little bit easier to work with. Okay, and there's our rosette. Okay, we're going to put this little 3mm bead on, and then put our last flower on, let those drop down, and we're going to do a wrap loop, but we're going to wrap it right onto our earring. So kink your wire, move your pliers, come up and over, adjust your pliers, and take it to the back. And then you're just going to slide the earring right on. Close it up and wrap it. Now this one I can do with my fingers because I have a lot of wire to play with here. Okay. And then snip. And tuck. Okay. Now we have another cute pair of earrings that are quite long, but they're just gorgeous. I love them. Okay. Let's move on to our last pair. Okay. One of them I've already put together. And that's what we look like. So what I did, I took 2 pieces of chain in this length and 2 pieces of chain in this length. And as you'll see, I made sure I had plenty of room for those to drop so that they can move right. Okay. All right. So we're going to take our eye pin and bead cap and put it on the eye pin and come through our turquoise drop. And we're going to do a wrap loop. Come to the back. And we're attaching this directly to our earring component in the middle loop right here. Okay. Close it back down. And this is tight, so you have to be real careful here. And then wrap. Okay, cut off your excess. Tuck your tail. Well, there we go. Okay, now what we're going to do, I have 2 tiny jump rings. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our longest piece of chain, which is this one. We're going to take one of our teeny tiny jump rings. These are those little 24 gauge stainless steel ones I got from Temu. So they're nice and strong even though they're very small. Open your jump ring, put on the very last link of the longest piece of chain, and attach it to an outer loop on your earring finding, and close your jump ring. And again, make sure you get it good and closed, because if you don't, the chain will slip out. Okay, then grab another jump ring, and we'll do the same thing to the other end. Open it, put on the very last link of the piece of chain you have attached to your ear wire, and attach that to the other outer link loop. Close your jump ring. Okay, grab another jump ring, open it, your next piece of chain, grab the very last link, and then put it on that second link on your earring binding. Close your jump ring. Okay, take another jump ring, do the same thing to the other end of your chain. Grab the very last link of your chain and attach it to the last loop on your earring finding. Now this would also work if you had findings that had 7 loops. It'll work on anything that has an odd number of loops on it. Then I've got another jump ring to attach it to my earring finding. Like so. All right, there it is. All right, guys. Well, that was 4 quick and easy pairs of earrings for you. I hope at least one of them will appeal to you and you'll make it for yourself. But in the meantime, I want to thank you for joining me. If you haven't already done so, please think about subscribing. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.